Hi there, in this video we're going to have a look at plugins and how to install them, and then also how to make sure the ones that you install are actually right for your website and safe to use. So if you want to navigate to your plugins, on the navigational menu on the left hand side you'll see there's a tab called plugins, funnily enough. So if you navigate there to install plugins, you'll actually see all of the plugins that are sitting on your website at the moment. So this is the back end of my main consulting website, so I do have quite a few plugins on there. So what you have on your site will be dependent on what we've set you up with, and then also what's been added later on. So these are all the plugins here. Now, if you ever need to add a new plugin for some reason, how you do that is on the very top here under plugins, near add new, you click add new. And then this will take you to a section where you can either choose a plugin from the directory of plugins, or you can upload one. So if you're searching for a plugin that you know is a known free plugin, if you type the word in and search, it'll bring up any plugins sort of with those words in the title or the description. If you've purchased a plugin and you're being given a zip file, what you'll actually need to do with that is then click upload plugin and then choose file and select the file from your computer and install it that way. So if you're wanting to install one just from this, the directory of plugins, then you'll click install now. And then once that's loaded, there'll be a button that says activate. So you'll click the button activate, and only then once you click activate is it actually active and live on your website. Same with if you're loading it from here, you'll also need to install and then click activate, because if you just install it, it's sitting there, it doesn't actually do its job until you activate it. So if we go back into the installed plugins here, and I can show you what I mean. So you'll see here, if it's in blue here and it says deactivate, that means it's an active plugin on your site. If it was in white and it was asking you to activate, then it's not an active plugin. So sometimes you might install a plugin and then forget to activate it, and it will just be sitting in this area here, and it's not actually active and doing anything. It's just installed and not sort of live yet, if that makes any sense. So the thing with plugins is, because WordPress is what's called open source, which means that anyone can write a plugin or a theme for WordPress and then publish it, and you can download it and use it if they're nice enough to give it to you for free, or they might charge you, which is great. But the bad thing about that is that obviously anyone can write a plugin. So sometimes people might write one and then publish it and just stop updating it. They've published it for free and they don't have time to worry about it anymore. So if you're going to add plugins to your site, you need to be really careful that you actually do a bit of due diligence before you load them. And I'll go back into to add new, and I'll show you what I mean with that. So you don't want to just go randomly adding plugins to the site. You kind of want to check them out first. So if you see here, if we have a look at this one called Akismet, which is an anti-spam plugin, you can see here that it's got 815 4.5-star ratings, which is pretty good. It's had 5 million installations, and it was updated a week ago. So you always want to check that. When was it last updated? Has it been within the last few months? If it hasn't been updated for 6 months, a year, then that's starting to become a bit of a worry. It'll tell you here if it's compatible with your version of WordPress, which obviously is really important. And as I said, if it's got lots of downloads and high star reviews, then you know that it's a pretty reputable plugin, and you should be able to use it fine on your website. So if you're going to install new plugins, that's a little bit of a check that you can do just to make sure that the one that you're going to add is not going to impact your site negatively, hopefully. Sometimes they can still conflict with other plugins, but at least if you do that check up front, then your website's going to be safe. Okay, that was all I wanted to cover in this little video, so I'll see you next time. Bye.